Ethel Meltzer.
Uh-huh. And who were your parents? What were their names?
My mother's name was Ida, can't even pronounce it, Schneider Roberts.
And where was she from?
That wasn't my parents.
Yeah.
That was my grandparents.
No, Schneider.
They were from Vilna, Gaberna.
Mm-hmm. And did your parents, did they talk much about the old country?
Yeah, some, yeah.
What did they ever say about it?
Well, no, nothing could compare to them, the America, to the old, because they loved where they were. They were fishermen, and they loved going swimming, and everything was right at their fingertips. They ate very healthy, and that was the life, you know.
Why did they come to America?
Well, my father came here because of the war. They were escaping there from the First World War.
Mm-hmm.
So my father came here to join a couple of his brothers that were here already,
Mm-hmm.
and he came by himself. And he ended up in Switzerland, and then he found out where they were all. So one of my uncles was in Toledo, but the other two were going to be here. So he decided he came here to Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mother and them joined later on.
Yeah. And what was your father's name?
The father's name was Max.
Max what?
Max Meltzer.
Oh, okay. And what did he do when he came here?
When he first came here, actually he was a tailor originally.
Oh.
So the very beginning he got a job in one of these shops where they did furs and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
he did that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got into they had a little store. They got a little store, nothing major. And that's when, well, of course he came here with my two sisters.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's my mother.
All right.
All right. That's what he did in the beginning.
Yeah. And where did you grow up? What street?
Originally it was not Monroe Street. What the heck street was that?
Well, tell me about Monroe Street. What was that like?
Monroe Street is where it was like living on the east side in New York. It was fantastic. You could go out and play. You didn't have to worry about anything. And it was just, you know.
Turn with the microphone. Don't do that. I'm sorry. So tell me, what was Monroe Street like again?
I would say it was great. You could go out there, sit on the steps. Nobody bothered you. You could play. You could, you were very carefree.
Mm-hmm. Were there horses around at all?
Well, yeah, my father eventually bought a horse because he didn't know how to drive, and that's what they did there. He had a horse. Mm-hmm. That's when he started getting into a different business, and he got into that part of it. He started selling fruit, and he actually would, on his wagon go up and down the street, and would call out his things, bananas, And me, I must have been about 8 years old at that time. And he would say, for me, it was a big excitement, and for everybody around, he had a beautiful horse. So I convinced him one time to let me go on the wagon with him. Well, I thought I was the queen of the May there. Got up on there, and he's going up and down saying, boy, a cool, he had his big umbrella on. It was just that easy way of doing things. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun.
Uh-huh. Now, did you ever go to the YMHA?
Yeah, we did.
What'd you do down there?
Well, we played different games. They had everything there. Everything there was something to do there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we all hung out there and played there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what temple did you go to?
We went to the Hebrashas.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was on State Street. The big temple was on State Street, but when they took all that properties out of there, that's when they went up on Irving Avenue, built that little shul. And my father was very, very active in the shul.
Oh.
Very active.
Yeah.
He was the president, I think, ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
And he used to sing a little bit in the temple.
Yeah.
And
Who was the rabbi there then? Do you remember when you were growing up?
oh my God, I think I remember the rabbi.
That's all right.
I can't remember the rabbi.
He used to conduct the service.
Yeah, he used to do the services.
Oh, now, when you know what it looks like down there, what are your feelings about what happened to the Warren? You know, it's not there anymore, the neighborhood's not there anymore.
No.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's kind of sad, because there you could, from where we lived, there was like 2 houses from the corner, which was that Oaken's ice cream parlor, where my brother used to go in there. He was 15, and he'd get a little job, you know, cleaning up and helping with the ice cream. And then come home around 1:30, and we'd be all in dead sleep. He'd knock on the door. He'd bring everybody ice cream. He used to get up at 1:30, and everybody sitting and eating ice cream. It was fantastic. But not only that, but there were all the stores. It was almost like having the beginning of an outdoor mall, because all the stores were right there outside.
Yeah.
From the butcher shop to you get your hair cut, everything. The candy, Mrs. Luce, the candy, oh my God. For a penny, you could buy out the store, you know, for that. Oh my God. Everything was right there.
Uh-huh.
And then the bakery there, my mother used to bring down, the Co-op bakery was at that time, before the Harrison bakery came.
Okay.
We used to go, my mother would take the big roast down there, and they'd put it in the oven for you and bring it back. I mean, it was just such easy, everything was just so easy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did everyone know each other's business?
What business?
Well, it seemed like it was such a tight-knit community.
Oh yeah, everybody knew everybody. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Okay. What was Marlene like as a little girl?
She was adorable. She was adorable.
Did she ever
Well,
get-
there's only, what is there, 9 years difference in our age? 10 years difference.
Uh-huh.
So when I became an aunt at a very young age,
Yeah, I see.
and as we grew up, I was old enough that I could still, you know, not like babysit, you know what I mean? Because I was about 10, 11.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but I used to come to the house and he used to come over, and my big thing was making scrambled eggs. We had a great time together growing up. I mean, I remember us growing
Okay.
together up, whatever. Yeah, did some of these.
The wallpaper
Look,
in the
look
house.
at that! Isn't that a riot?
Yeah.
I don't know who took the pictures of
It's
them.
Marvin.
Marvin, was he even around at that time?
This was,
How-
they
not-
were married. Yes.
Who was married? Seal?
Seal, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
these aren't. Seal wasn't married then.
No.
I like these two. Looks like from Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse.
It's my mother and father.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
I love that one. Look at that dress.
That was her engagement picture.
Isn't it gorgeous? She was a beautiful woman. Cool. Oh. This one here, this was some kind of a big dinner. Maybe it was when she was, they put her in as president at that time. Oh my.
Standard dry cleaners.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope you saw that.